As we drove into Pairc, it was just brilliant sunshine, not a cloud in sight, absolutely beautiful. And as we pulled up and parked outside the cottage, David looked at the view and he was bowled over. It was quite cathartic because I lived in a big detached house with lots and lots of possessions that I collected over the years. So the charity shops were well stocked. I always wanted to sew, to learn to sew, to make things. And there's so many ideas in my mind of things that I wanted to do. And what a beautiful place to do it in and to learn it in. And then I worked with the children down at the preschool when I first came here and did some cleaning. And I absolutely loved that. We went out and we litter picked on the shoreline and just litter picked along the roads. And then the post lady job came up, and it was a Saturday, Monday, covering the whole of South Lochs. So there's one run on Ballallen and there's one run on Pairc. And I thought, well, it'll keep me fit. It'll get me out, it'll get me meeting people, and I'll become more of a part of the community. And it's pennies to spend on the grandchildren. So I applied for it and got it, and I haven't looked back, and now I'm working 5, sometimes 6 days a week, and I absolutely love it. I do. I love it. It's totally different from what I did before. I've got time within the job to stop and take photographs and enjoy slowing down and watching the eagle, or just sitting watching the deer, because I might go around a corner and there might be a few deer on the road and I can just sit and watch them. And then the different people that I've come to meet. There's people, you know, they're all age groups. They've all got different things going on. Some people have got busy lives, and some people are on their own. And I fetch newspapers, I fetch prescriptions, I fetch cat food, milk, bread, anything really to help. And some people just want a little chat. I'm the only person that they see that day. So I like to give them as much time as I can. There are a few people who have got dementia, so we'll have a bit of a crack, because they'll ask me my name several times during the conversation, and when did the last postie retire. But yes, I mean, it's important for them, and it's important to keep an eye on them and make sure that they're okay, and that other people in the community are aware of different things. If somebody's gone into hospital, to keep a lookout. My mum was such an artist, and she sewed and she made pictures with fabric, and I've got one hung up in the house. And she was so talented, and I wanted to try it. I've got a sewing machine, I've learnt to sew, I've made my granddaughter some dresses and some fancy dress outfits, and I've made some rag dolls, some topsy-turvy old-fashioned rag dolls that you flip, and just some plain old-fashioned rag dolls. I love gardening. I love plants, and I love shrubs especially. As a child, my asthma was such that I couldn't really go into the woods or get involved in any gardening, but as I've got older, I just put my gloves on, and if I get the hives, I get the hives. But yeah, I love gardening. I love waiting. Maybe it's years for something to grow and develop. It's absolutely, it's amazing, and it does it's like gardening, how gardening connects you to earth, and I very strongly believe in God. And the beauty and the patience that it teaches you. But when you see the Northern Lights, it's very grounding, and it just takes your breath. It's just absolutely amazing. And I feel so privileged that I can see that on the doorstep. Because I'm going through menopause, sometimes I can't get my words out. It's in there, but sometimes it's hard. One of the things that you suffer with is confusion. Royal Mail is fantastic. It's really good. We have a women's network group, and it's so positive and uplifting. I do like the ladies group because everything is so positive and supportive. And Royal Mail do have a menopause helpline, and the managers, there's somebody within each depot that is there to be supportive of women going through the menopause. And this is just a recent thing, and it's something that businesses have had to take on board, because some days your mind will just go blank. And I mean, that happens to everybody. But the hot flushes, we sort of somebody recommended that you get a neck fan. And it just looks like you've got like a little speaker around your neck. But having this fan is brilliant. And it's things like that help you with your job, because you're driving along and all of a sudden and you don't want to get flu.